Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just a across the 25. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Able to slither by. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it here. This is D'Onta Foreman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Foreman. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Foreman. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And this will be taken at the 13. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They're going to look to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he can get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this.
Detroit! Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6, and the Raiders add on to their lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. A carry for Foreman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The dive unsuccessful. The big fella can't pick it up. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go! Green, 39! Green!
He'll drop to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Anthony Walker in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
But maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Foreman. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. First down now, but that clock rolling.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And the Cowboys on the board again. It's a 2-touchdown lead there. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at its 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A run by Foreman to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go! 319!
They'll set up to throw. He hits Baldwin right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw now on first down. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And the Raiders have recovered.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. To give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll run it here. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And they'll go on the ground. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Now let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Looking to throw. Finding room to the 20. Wide open receiver complete. And finally wrestled down at the 11. A good pickup there at 22.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola. And then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he's been good.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. Dances by him. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception #1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. He's by himself. Keenan Allen, the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing,
Let's go.
that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Providing a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw here's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8.
Gone.
Back to throw here. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. In for the score. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And on the ground they go with the running back. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This is complete. It's Baldwin. 23 yards on the play. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Over! Here we go now.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Watch it now, Barney.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Milano not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going up top. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Now let's go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run the option right here on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just looking the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. He'll look to throw. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Raiders, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.